All right. So now we're doing freeCodeCamp, scientific computing with Python beta, pardon me. Learn regular expressions by building a password generator, step 25. All right. Pardon me. So after our for loop, we're going to create a constraints variable and assign it an empty list. Pardon me, assign it an empty list. Hey, whatever. All right, so after the loop, that's what we're going to do. So let's come down here. Let's back it up one. And we will say after the for loop, after the for loop inside of this. Okay, so right here, we're going to do a constraints equals an empty list thusly. All right, an empty list. There we go. Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now on to step 26. Pardon me. So a tuple is another built-in data structure in Python. Tuples are very much like lists and are defined with parentheses instead of square brackets, okay? Also, tuples are immutable, unlike lists, all right? So they're like lists that can't be changed, okay? So we've got example code my tuple, and then we've got this stuff right here. 3 different data types in there. Okay. Interesting. Our constraints list is going to store tuples. The first item of each tuple will be a constraint parameter. We're going to modify the constraints list assignment by adding a tuple to our list. And we'll use nums as the first item and an empty string as the second item. Okay. So we're going to modify this to be modify the constraints list assignment by adding a tuple to our list. So inside here, we'll have a tuple. Okay. Nope, not like that. Let's go inside of this and put a tuple. Okay. We'll have nums is the first item and empty string is the second. Okay, so we'll do nums, and then an empty string like that. Okay. Okay. Check the code. Looks good, and submit it. And before I forget, if you can, come check out my new music channel over here at @CodemanS_music. I'd really appreciate that, honestly. Isn't this weird? It's like it's got the what is this called? Camel case with snake case, right? But whatever. Anyway, if you could do that, I would much appreciate it. I did my first live stream yesterday. 0 views. I only got literally 1 impression on it. Only one person saw my little thumbnail and they didn't even click it, but whatever. So yeah, if you could go over there, check it out, subscribe, help me grow that thing, that would be great. That being said, let's get back to it. So step 27. The remodule allows us to use regular expressions. Oh, RE, okay. Regular expressions in our code. We will learn more about regular expressions very soon, okay? For now, we're going to add an import statement at the top of our code to import the module. Okay, oh, at the top. So right here, let's do import re. There we go. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 28. So a regular expression, or regex, is a pattern used to match a specific combination of characters inside a string. We know that. We've done plenty of regex with JavaScript. It is a valid alternative to an if-else condition, to if-else conditional statements when we need to match or find patterns inside a string for validation purposes, character replacement, or others. What? It sounds more like it's going to be like the ternary operator, but we'll see. The compile function from the remodule compiles the string passed as the argument, into a regular expression object that can be used by other re methods. We're going to declare a new pattern variable and assign it the value of re.compile I to this variable. Okay, cool. So pattern is going to equal re.compile And then we'll have I thusly. Okay. Let's check the code. Come on. Oh, yeah. Don't forget the in. How about that? Come on. Where's the patterner? All right. Let's do this the right way. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. So now we're on to step 29. So the search function from the remodule analyzes the string passed as the argument, looking for the first place where the regex pattern matches the string. Okay, we're going to declare a variable called quote and assign the string not all those who wander are lost. Thumbs down to this variable. Then print the result of pattern.search quote. This is a lame quote. So let's do it. Quote equals declare a variable called quote and assign the string to this variable. Okay. Why not just A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Come on. Those who wander are lost. Anyway, and then print the result of pattern.search quote. Okay. Pattern.search quote. And then we're going to put this inside of a print. I was so distracted by that quote that I forgot to print it. None. Yes, there is no I in team. Why not just put team? Oh my! Why can't they just be normal? Why do they got to be nerds? Why do they have to throw their lame, completely cringeworthy nerd culture on us all the time? I guess it's just because they're born that way. All right, looks good and submit it. Now we're on to step 30. The value none is returned since I is not found inside the parsed string. So now, well, they could have totally put team and there would be no I in team. That would have been so much better. I mean, so much better. All right. The value none has returned since I is not found inside the parsed string. Now we're going to modify the string passed to recompile to L to see the result. All right. So let's change this to L. RE match object span 5, 6 match L. 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why not go all the way down though? I don't know. We'll find out. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. So now we're on to step 31. So as we can see from the output, now our regex matches the first L inside the string. And of course they'd put an L there because this is an L. That was an L, not putting team in there. All right, let's keep going. In our pattern, we can add a quantifier after a character to specify how many times that character would be repeated. For example, the plus quantifier means it should repeat one or more times. So now we're going to add a plus quantifier to our pattern. Okay. I want to know where this stuff is. All right, let's read this one more time because I was so distracted by the L thing. So as we can see from the output, now our regex matches the first L inside the string. I thought it looks like it matches both of them though, huh? 5 and 6, right? Or is it 5 to 6? Huh? Because it looks like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But I don't know. Anyway, let's just add the quote and see. All right, so, pardon me, the plus sign. So we'll add the plus sign quantifier to our pattern. Plus. 5, 7 match LL. Okay, what about this L? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Looks good. No, let's check the code. Looks good and submit it. So I guess it's going from 5 to 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then to 7. And it doesn't match the last one. Okay. So we can obtain the same result without using the compile function. We're going to modify our pattern variable into the literal string L plus, then change the print to call print.search pattern, comma, quote. Okay. Okay. Let's do that. Pattern, comma, quote, and then we'll put up here, instead of compile, what? So that doesn't make sense. Let's get rid of this. Okay, what? To call re.search. Okay, let's wrap this in parentheses. Re.search pattern quote. All right, yeah, it did do it. But there's still another L. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. Maybe that's why they chose this lame quote, because there's two L's here and one L at the end. And if they would have used team, there's no repeats. All right. So even though that would have been so much better. And we could have just added like teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I mean? But whatever. Regardless, here's step 33. So to check that the generated password meets the required features, we're going to use the find all function from the re module. It's similar to search, but it returns a list with all the occurrences of the matched pattern, okay? So we're going to replace the search call with find all to check the output. So let's do that. Find all. And look, we've got LL and L, all right? There we go. Great. Fine. Fantastic. Team, I'm just checking. I don't care. Teamwork makes the dream work. Could we do this with that one? No, there's no doubles. That's the thing. We could put all. No, there's no double L though. Anyway, this is still lame. I don't care. They could have got a little more creative. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. So now we're on to step 34. See, the thing about me is I'm big on those like work slogans, like teamwork makes the dream work. First in, first out, all that stuff. You know, I'm big onto that. But, you know, we're talking about nerds here, and they're probably like the guys that are like, oh, I hate it when they do that rah-rah approach. I hate it when they do motivational talk. And I'm like, bro, I love that stuff. That always pumps me up. But, you know, we're dealing with the guys that ruined San Francisco here. We're not dealing with, you know, normal people. So here's step 34. A character class is indicated by square brackets and matches one character among those specified between the brackets. So, for example, Madunt matches either Madman or Matt. Okay. What's the NT though? Huh? Oh, Ma, D, N, and T. Madman and Matt. Okay. Madman Matt. I wonder if there's somebody working there named that. So we're going to modify our pattern to match a W. Pardon me. I need glasses at some point. Followed by either H or A. Okay, let's do that. Modify our pattern to match a W followed by either H or A. Let's do that. No. W with either H or A. What? So wander and who. So there we go. What? Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. Let's go find the Python Regex. Python Regex page. Let's see. Maybe the docs is the best. There's just nothing as good as, it doesn't look like it's going to have anything as good as the MDM. Man, I wish MDM would do this, but they don't have any reason to. They're a web company. They're not a Python company. So here's the place. This is gonna be so hard to sift through, though. Whatever. At least we're pretty familiar with regex from JavaScript. You know what I mean? So anyway, now we're on to step 35. So now we're going to turn the empty string in the constraint tuple into a regex pattern to match a single digit. We use a character class specifying each digit from 0 to 9. Okay, so now we're going to turn the empty string in the constraint tuple into a regex pattern to match a single digit. We'll use a character class specifying each digit from 0 to 9. Okay, so we'll do a character class instead of that. So we'll say character class 0 through 9. Just like regex JavaScript, hopefully. Nope. Come on. We got to type them all out. Oh, man. Can't we use the something dot string dot numbers or something? String dot digits? Oh, come on. All right, let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just as I thought this was such a great thing. Come on, what is it? All right, what's the problem? Leading zeros. Huh? Leading zeros in decimal integer literals are not permitted. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of this. So what did you want? All right, now we're going to turn the empty string in our constraints tuple into a regex pattern to match a single digit. We'll use a character class specifying each digit from 0 to 9. Is that not what I just did? All right, let's read the thing down here again. 0 through 9. Check the code. Now what's it say? Oh, we got to put it in quotes. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then wrap this thing in quotes. All right. Get rid of this. And there we go. That should be good. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. Why would it says turn the empty string? Why not just fill the empty string? That's where I was confused. Whatever. Step 36. Character classes also allow us to indicate a range of characters to match. Okay. We need to specify the starting and ending characters separated by a hyphen. Okay. Characters follow the Unicode order. Okay. So we're going to modify our pattern variable to match any letter T preceded by lowercase letters in the quote variable. We'll use a range of characters from A to Z for that. Okay. Modify our pattern variable to match any letter T. Any letter T preceded by lowercase letters. So T. And then we'll do A through Z in here. Oh, that's not A. I was today years old when I realized that A and Z are right next to each other on the keyboard. Probably not a coincidence. Kind of like plus and minus are next to each other. Anyway, so there's that. Let's see if it's good. Nope. Modifier pattern variable to match any letter T in the quote preceded. My bad. T. Looks good and submit it. All right. So now we're on to step 37. So now we're going to modify the pattern in our constraint tuple to indicate the range of all digits using square brackets. Okay. Modify the pattern in our constraint tuple to indicate the range of all digits. Why didn't we just do that the first time? Whatever. Check the code. Looks good and submit it. I mean, do they really think that many people didn't go to the JavaScript part first and they were like, you know what? I don't want to learn JavaScript. I just want to learn Python. You know, I have a hard time believing that, but you know, whatever. No telling. So step 38, the caret or the shift, what is it? Shift 6 key placed at the beginning of the character class matches all the characters except those specified in the class, just like in JavaScript. Yes. We're going to add a caret as the first character inside our character class and see what happens. You got it. A shablank. Yep, nothing but a space and a T. For which one? Oh, this one right here. All right, let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 39. So we're going to add a new tuple to the constraints list. We'll use lowercase as the first item and a regex pattern that matches a single lowercase letter as the second item. Add a new tuple to the constraints list. Constraints, a new tuple, comma. Let's do it like this. A new tuple. Gotcha. Now what? Use lowercase as the first item, lowercase, comma, and a regex item that matches a single lowercase character as the second item. Okay. Okay. A single lowercase character. A single lowercase character. Let's make him this thing, and inside of this thing, let's say A through Z. Right? Yes, and submit it. All right, so now we're on to step 40. So now we're going to add a third tuple to the constraints list, and we're going to use uppercase parameter, the uppercase parameter, pardon me, as the first item, and a regex pattern that matches a single uppercase character, uppercase letter, I should say, as the second item. Gotcha. All right, let's just take this, yoink. No, let's take it up to here, to the comma, yoink, and then shabloink. And let's come over here and change lowercase to uppercase. And let's change lowercase a to z to uppercase a to z. Boom. Very simple. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right, now we're on to step 41. So now we're going to add one last tuple to our list. We're going to use the special chars parameter as the first item and an empty string as the second. Good, because I have no idea how we would do this. All right. I mean, we could go look it up on the site, but maybe later. Special underscore chars, comma, empty string. Let's check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 42. So look at that. We got that going on. Did we have that going on before? No, we did not. Whatever. All right. So step 42, the dot character is a wildcard that matches any character in a string except for a new line character by default. Okay. We're going to modify pattern to match the entire string by replacing the current pattern with a dot followed by a plus sign quantifier. Okie-doke. What did you say to me? Modify pattern to match the entire string by replacing the current pattern, this, with a dot followed by a plus sign. Let's do that. So dot plus sign. Not all those who wander are lost. And submit it. All right, so now we're on to step 43. So if we need to match a character that has a special meaning in the pattern, such as dot or plus, we can escape it by prepending a backslash character, backslash. For example, this matches a literal plus sign right here. So it's just like regular, JavaScript regex. So we know how to do this. We're going to modify pattern so that it matches a single literal dot. Easy. Boom. And there it is right there. Dot. Why not a period? But whatever. We're not dealing with normal people. We should modify pattern variable to that. Is that not what we just did? Single dot. Boom. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. Whatever. All right. I was just thinking about how they call it a dot, not a period. Whatever, though. Probably some kind of stupid reason. Step 44. So Python provides a particular type of string called a raw string. Raw strings are prefixed with AR. The key distinction from regular strings lies in how they handle the backslash character. In raw strings, backslashes are treated as literal characters rather than escape characters. When writing regular expressions, using raw strings is a good practice, since they can usually contain a lot of backslash characters. Okie dokie. What? Okay, well, we'll just take their word for it for now. We're going to turn our pattern string into a raw string by prefixing it with an R. Okie dokie. Is that what? No. What? Prefixing it with an R. That's got to be what they mean, right? Yep. Oh, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 45. So now we're going to turn the 4 patterns from the constraints list into raw strings. So just put 4 R's. R. Okay, and submit it. All right, so now we're on to step 46. So the character class \d is a shorthand for 0 through 9, just like regex. We're going to replace this character class with the shorthand inside our first constraint tuple. We should at some point go and read up on the differences between these, like ask ChatGPT what the differences are. I mean, clearly the R is one of them, but if we're familiar with what is actually different, we could probably just go and check the MDM site, since it's organized so much better. But yeah, that's just the thing. So, okay, let's read this again. We're going to replace this character class with the shorthand inside our first constraint. Okay, cool. So we'll do \d. I thought this does raw, though. I thought that raw meant that this is a literal \. Okay. Isn't that what they said the raw was? I don't know. We'll have to read up on the raw thing too while we're at it. Looks good, and submit it. All right, so step 47. In a character class, we can combine multiple ranges by writing one range after another inside the square brackets without any additional characters. For example, we've got A through D, 3 through 6, just like regex. Is the combination of A through D, 3 through 6. Okay, cool. So now we're going to modify the last regex pattern to match any non-alphanumeric character. We'll combine the A through Z, capital A through Z, and 0 through 9 ranges into a single character class and add a caret as the first character to negate the pattern. Okie doke. So let's do that. Let's grab this, put a caret in front, and do, what was it? A through Z, lowercase a through Z, uppercase A through Z, whoops, A through Z, and then 0 through 9. 0 through 9 are next to each other too, huh? Makes sense, right? Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 48. So in the same way, the 0 through 9 class is equivalent to \d to the digit class, character class, okay. The negated 0 through 9 is equivalent to uppercase D, just like regex. I mean, just like JavaScript. Alphanumeric characters can be matched with the lowercase w and none with the uppercase W. Okay, so we're going to do that just what that says. Okay, so let's get rid of this stuff. In fact, we can get rid of all this stuff. Huh? Alphanumeric. Oh. So we're just going to do it just a capital W because it's all alphanumerics. But it doesn't say anything about it being like, because isn't \W is alphanumeric and underscores? I don't remember. We'd have to check that out. Check out the differences again. Check the code. Come on. Oh, get rid of the negator. Check the, come on. Replace the, oh, we don't need the character class either. True. Let's get rid of the brackets. Now let's check it. All right, looks good, and submit it. All right, so that's the end of part 2 with some of your favorite Codeman S hot takes about freeCodeCamp and the lunacy that may actually exist in that company. But who cares? It's still free, and that's what matters. So there's that. We'll get on to 49 through 76 in the next one. Hopefully, if you're cool, you'll go and check this thing out and give me a sub. You don't have to watch the videos. They're actually pretty terrible at the moment. But if you want to go check this thing out and give me a sub so a man can pay his rent, that would be great. Other than that, we'll get on to the next part in the next one, and we'll see you next time.